Welcome to my YouTube channel, Sophie's by Waves. Today, in this particular video, I am going to discuss about abiotic factor. In the earlier video, I have already discussed about abiotic factor. There are four abiotic factors, namely temperature, water, light, and soil. Among them, temperature and water is already discussed in the earlier video. Here in this particular video, I am going to discuss about light. Light is an important abiotic factor in case of plant being and animal being also. Both the plant being and animal being has to depend on light. In case of plant being produces own food by own self in the presence of sunlight. This mechanism is known as photosynthesis. In the process of photosynthesis, plant being produces own food by own self. That is why plant being is known as autotroph and animal being is known as heterotroph, since they can't produce their own food by own self. Here photosynthesis, photo means light and synthesis means to produce. Since plant being produces own food in the presence of sunlight, that is why this mechanism is known as photosynthesis. What is happening in this process of photosynthesis? Plant being acquires carbon dioxide from the environment or atmosphere and water from the soil. With the help of carbon dioxide and water, plant being produces glucose C6H12O6 and H2O, that means water and oxygen. This oxygen is highly required by animal being. And this with the help of carbon dioxide and H2O, plant being produces glucose in the presence of sunlight. So here in this process of photosynthesis, that means in the process of production of food in case of plant being, light is required. Not only process of photosynthesis, in photoperiodism also animal being requires light. Animal being has to depend on light in photoperiodism. What do you mean by photoperiodism? Photoperiodism means light dependent activity of plant being. They has to depend on light to flower. On the basis of photoperiodism, plant beings are of three types. Number one is short day plant. Short day in short, which is known as SDP, short day plant. This type of plant produces flower when the day length is shorter than the night. That means photoperiod. Day length is shorter than the critical photoperiod. Critical photoperiod means the amount of sunlight is required by plant being. That means here in this type of plant being, animal they produces flower during the time of short day, during the time of long night. That means in winter season, this plant produces flower. In winter season, what is happened? The duration of the day become short. In this type of plant being is known as short day plant. Example of short day plant is strawberry, Then soybean also an example of short day plant. Soybean, this is also an example of short day plant. Another one is the second one is long day plant. Long day plant, or in shortcut LDP. This is the plant being which produces flower during the time when day length is longer than the critical photoperiod. Day length is longer. Here in case of SDP, day length is shorter, but in long day plant or LDP, day length is longer. Day length is longer than the critical photoperiod. Photoperiod. Example of this type of plant is wheat, WHEAT, wheat. Then beetroot. These are example of long day plant. Another type of plant being which is known as day neutral plant. In short, DNP. These are not dependent on photoperiod. The plant which are not dependent on photoperiod, don't depend upon photoperiod. That means they produces flower all around the year, throughout the year. That type of plant being is known as day neutral plant. They maybe produces flower during the winter season. They may be produced in the summer season also. Produce flower in the summer season also. That is why this type of plant being is known as day neutral plant being. For example, rose. Then tomato. These are the example of day neutral plant. Like plant, animal beings are also dependent on plant light, because in the process of photosynthesis, plant being produces glucose and oxygen. This oxygen is required by animal being in the process of breathing to survive. That means we can say that animal beings are indirectly dependent on light, and in the like plant being, animal beings are also dependent on photoperiodism. How some animals or certain animals are active during the daytime. Certain animals are become active during night time. The animal or organism which are activated, which become active during the daytime, is known as diurnal animal. On the other hand, the animal which become active during night time is known as nocturnal animal. So on the basis of photoperiodism, animal beings, on the basis of activation, animal beings are of two types. Number one is diurnal, which active during daytime, become active during daytime. All animals like a human being and a cat or cattle, these are diurnal. On the other hand, another animal which are nocturnal. That means they are active during night time. These are known as nocturnal. For example, owl. This type of animal are activated or become active during night time. This type of animal is known as nocturnal. So we can conclude here that all living beings, it may be plant being, it may be animal being, all living beings are dependent on light. All living beings are regulated by light. So light is a very important abiotic factor. Thank you for watching.